Somehow, I'm not sure, but number 15 got cut off. And number 15 is actually pretty important, so I want to make sure that we covered it. Number 15 asks, y minus 1 is equal to, I'm sorry, y minus 1 over y minus 3 is equal to 2 over y minus 3. So we're asked to solve for y. Now, taking a look at it, remembering about domain restrictions, we know restrictions, we know that y cannot equal 3, because if y were 3, 3 minus 3 is 0, and that's not possible. That would give us an undefined number, and so the domain for this equation, or the domain for y, all the possible values for y, is that y can go from negative infinity to 3 union with 3 to positive infinity, and both of these are rounded parentheses, meaning they don't include the 3. Infinity is always, whether it's a negative infinity or a positive infinity. I don't like that. Let's see. Whether it's a negative infinity or a positive infinity, it's always a rounded parentheses there. So basically, we can't have 3 for our domain. All right, well, let's work the problem and see what happens. If I take the LCD, which in this case is just y minus 3, they're already both in y minus 3, so all I'm doing in multiplying by the least common denominator is I'm getting rid of the fraction. So multiply that side by y minus 3, multiply that side of the equation by y minus 3. That keeps the balance. These two cancel, leaving me with y minus 1. These two cancel, leaving me with 2 on that side. So now all I have to do is solve for y. I mean, basically, what principle do I use to get y by itself? I can just use the addition principle. To get the y by itself, I will add 1 to both sides. And this one cancels, that negative 1 cancels with 1, and then y is equal to 3. Now, if you notice, we have indicated in solving for y that y is equivalent to 3, meaning y in this case is our domain restriction. And that's, if you recall, is not allowed. Y cannot be the domain restriction. So in cases where we butt up against our domain restriction, we see that y is equal to 3 and y can't be 3. What we say here is there is no solution. There is no solution to this equation. No number in the universe will make this valid.